Hey guys, Reserving here. This is actually earlier than expected. I originally thought what I was going to do today was going to be coming in tomorrow, but it came in a day early. And the armored blue Dragonzord has shown up on Walmart's website. Uh, so my mom and I did the ship to store. It arrived today, and I'm going to take a review of it, or at least take a look at it. So, on its own, it's really not that much. You can see it has the Dragon Tail sword. Um, it's not terrible compared to the Dragon on the Zord. Um, for the actual Dragon mode, though, you will want to use this. Um, don't know for the Dragon Megazord. We're going to find that out in a bit. But this is the better Dragon of the two. However, I do like a posable humanoid version of it. So that's cool to me. And as you can see, it's very, very shiny. Got silver on the head, gold on the chest. And yeah, it's got the nice black blue color scheme. It's got some red on it. Uh, so overall, pretty cool on its own. No special features by itself. This one comes with the tornado spinner. So you have the tornado twist. And let's make sure I have this right. There we go. What's interesting is this one has a different, unique shuriken compared to the others. Uh, I initially thought it was going to attach two holes like the cannons do on the Rumble Tusk. But no. The wings are actually attached in a different way. And they do come off. They just have little pegs that are built in for themselves. Like that. Okay. So, of course, the next thing we need to show is the arm mode. So, this part I do quite enjoy. Take the sword, you place it right at its butt there. There's no other way to word that. It's in its butt. Uh, and this one you definitely want to do the automorph for because the head is big enough that it will cause you problems if you don't. Make sure you peg it in. Put down the front. And you have a pretty cool dragon armor there. And you can move things around a bit to make it look a bit more like a dragon. There we go. It's kind of like a miniature version of the dragon mode for the Megazord anyway. Just obviously without the other parts. It's like the dragon itself becomes the Megazord. That's more or less what it looks like. So, yeah, you can see the wings on the back there. Uh, so it does still have the peg holes on the front and back, so you can attach the Rumble Tusk head or the Red Robozord's boomerang thing to it. I have been messing around with it. You can get a combination with the head, the boomerang thing, and the wings on. But I'm not going to go into that. That's something, if you like these figures, you can figure out for yourself. If not, you really don't care. I haven't taken too close of a look at the shuriken side by side, but it does look like yeah, the Rumble Tusk and Red Robozord use the exact same molding. Whereas the dragon has its own unique, completely unique molding. It's got different bone structure to it. It doesn't have the symbol that the others have. And there's no peg holes on top, so you can't put the cannons on it. So it is interesting to me that they actually bothered to make a new mold for this one. There's really no reason that they all couldn't have had this mold and have holes on the shoulder there. So it is interesting that they bothered to do the extra cost. One thing I have noticed is the legs are awkward. It's not a case of the legs being switched, because no matter what, they're going to be like that, but I have noticed that the legs spread out kind of weird, which I guess is to make it more beast-like, most likely, but it looks awkward if it's just standing as the unarmored version. Now, of course, there is one more thing we need to see with this, and that's the figure in the Megazord. So, we're going to have to take the armor off. There might be some way to make it fit with the armor, but I highly doubt it. Need to make sure the tail is off. It's very important. And I already have the Megazord in its dragon mode here. Just needs the dragon to be put in. And this is obviously the weakest mode. It was clearly, even the Japanese was clearly an afterthought. But it is a fun little thing anyway. So, okay, you actually fit in there pretty well. Your head can't go up as much as I'd like it to. Make sure you're gripping the handles. Ooh, when you're in there, your legs fit in there perfectly. Come on, please hold on to the handles. So the only things that are going to be securing you. Alright, so there we have the dragon mode. The head is ridiculously tiny. Though I heard people complain about this, but it actually doesn't look that bad, honestly. It looks awkward on camera, but in person it's not that bad. Yeah, the head's tiny, but somehow ends up fitting better than the actual Dragonzord. So I'm not sure what that is. It might just be me. But yeah. There's is from the other side and from the front. Yeah, I personally think this works. Again, not perfect, but it works. And I do have Rumble Tusk here, just for the sake of comparing how they fit into the Zords. So far, the Dragonzord is the one that's fit the best in the Zord. It has a bit of problems with its shuriken head part. Oh, and I think that's why it looks better. Because the shuriken head part's a bit more obvious as to what it's meant to be. But yeah, I actually think this might be the mode that I keep it in with this Armored Zord in there. So yeah, not bad overall. I personally like it. I know there are people who will hate it, but this is the most fun of the armored figures that I've gotten so far. I don't plan to get any others in the current wave unless they plan to release the rest of the team. If they do release the rest of the team in the second wave, then I'll pick up the Rangers themselves. Because I'm usually not into the power up, but the fact that they actually bothered making the power up a gimmick toy this time, that's fun for me. And we already know there's a female mold because we have a White Ranger. One. So yeah, I really do like these figures overall. If you're enjoying the show and if you want to have a gimmicky toy, these are great. If you'd prefer just to have the Megazord stuff themselves, just get the usual Megazord stuff. Uh, but yeah, uh, again, it's a good toy that I personally have fun with. I can certainly see others not liking it. Like I said before, the tiny head's going to get some people. But we've got a nice posable figure. And you know what? I'm going to show off everything connected anyway. And we're going to use the dragon for this because I think it's the best one to use for this. So let's get you out of the Megazord. Get you into your more humanoid position. Put the tail on. Make sure that your head is through there. That's an issue. The head does not fit too well through the shuriken. Of course, Red Robozord has that same issue. I'm going to take the elephant head, put it on the front. We're going to take the gold boomerang thingy. I seriously don't know what to call it. And see if we can't get that placed at a decent spot on the back. Okay. Wow, that seems to actually be designed for that. That's interesting. Alright, let's get the elephant head back on because it fell off. So here we go. We have all the pieces combined. I'm pretty sure the Rangers themselves just have the shuriken uh, and some of the spinner and no other gimmicky items. It is interesting because that boomerang thing seems to fit perfectly over the wings. It's like it was designed specifically to do this. So that's kind of neat, actually. I do fully expect the other mini Zords to end up with figures like these. I believe the UFO is coming out soon, and I think that one's a blue and white Megazord. So I'm going to be keeping an eye out for that, and I highly suspect we'll get more armored figures like these. Color scheme actually looks really nice with the elephant's blue eyes, the gold right behind the silver head. Of course, we've got the tail there. It all really works well together. It is interesting though, because this is the first I've actually tried doing it this way, and it does seem like that gold piece is designed specifically to fit behind the wings like that. Uh, Now, because this one I haven't really put the pegs into too much, they are falling apart, and it doesn't help that you can't put the gold all the way in because the wings block it. But yeah, I am definitely glad I got the dragon in its armored mode. It's probably the best of the figures. Adding the other parts to it really makes it stand out. I really love it. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time, and have a great time wherever you may be. Bye, guys.